On this episode of Vintage Vanderpump Rules, James is his mother's very special boy. Shocker, Sunday takes Jax aside for 1 second and then gets deeply, deeply disappointed. And feminism fails in every single way. Oh, and Ariana's a horse girl.
Yeah. Big news.
It is big news. There's a lot of big news happening here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. This is our Vintage Vanderpump. This is Season 5, Episode 13, Ambush. Ambush is one of those words that sounds like it should be dirty.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Like penetrate. Yeah, like penetrate. You know, it's like one of those words. It's like, ugh, yuck. I don't know.
Like if you were going to penetrate someone's ambush?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you made it even grosser. Thanks so much.
It wasn't gross at all to begin with. You got us down this path.
It sounds like it should be. It sounds like it should be, though. You know, like it's like dirty. A little bit of business to... Oh, no. Let's introduce ourselves first. That's the order of operations. I am Sunday, pop culture professor, self-proclaimed expert on all things pop culture and reality TV and getting disappointed by hunky men. Self-proclaimed is the key phrase there.
I am Jeff, the former Bravo noob who knows something about reality TV, and I think enough since maybe the mid-90s to not be disappointed by men any longer on the shows. And really, I think that only lasted for about a month. So,
yes, but in this one, I was like, this is quite literally how it went. I was like, okay, all right, Jax is like, okay, he's being okay. Oh, no, he's off.
I mean, I will say, really that quick. Before we even get into it, Jax was both of our LVPs last week. We thought we gave him the crown, and then
I know
this is what we get for it. This is what we get.
He was riding that high for like 30 seconds, but I did just work an hour on some mediocre social media in which I paired up what, depending on your zodiac sign, what Vanderpump Rules character you are. And you as a Capricorn.
Oh,
no. Who do you think you would be based on your sign as a Capricorn?
I am going to guess, because you are laughing I'm going to guess Mrs. Stassi Schroeder.
No. It is one Mr. Peter Madrigal.
Oh, all right. I like that.
Yeah,
old reliable
exactly.
Pete. Yeah.
Workaholic, tried and true, just like getting the job done. Also probably has receipts on everyone. He can tell a secret and ruin all these people's lives. Do you want to guess, as a Virgo, who my...
Well, I'm going Lisa right out the gate. I mean, aren't y'all like...
also
y'all
a Virgo.
Are real close, right? Birthday-wise.
Yes.
So.
Yes, but no, because Lisa gives Taurus energy. So if you're a Taurus, you're probably attracted to her. But no, mine is Ariana. Judgmental, nitpicky, and too cool for all this shit.
Yeah. Why? That should have been just what we say about Ariana from Jump. This should have been, I like it.
This was a real ride, this particular episode right here. I mean, not a lot happened. I mean, maybe the last 10 minutes or so.
It's a lot of just like stuff magnified with these people. I wouldn't say like, if you miss this episode, you miss out on something big in the season, but I don't know. There's some explosiveness.
To remind where we left off, Jax's roast is upsetting, especially the gay stuff. The Schwartie talk of the prenup, Lala again MIA, and for the episode we're about to talk about, she also is not there. She gets one little shout out from James, and Ellie is back on James's jock, and she brought Gigi with her.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where the main conflict of this episode comes from, I think, and we'll get there in a second. But wait to the very end. But we start out at Villa Blanca. We hardly ever get to see the wifely venue that is Villa Blanca.
It took me a second. I had to I was like, oh yeah, lovely Villa Blanca. Why aren't we here like a third of the time? Like just as a nice palate cleanser, refresher,
No,
it felt good in there. It felt
Yeah.
good in there.
These folks are too trashy. She does not want these people in there if she can help it, as little as possible. But she's got Ariana and Tom training some rando on cocktails. I didn't even write his name down. Who gives a shit? I
It's
don't know.
Wesley.
This
It's
was
Wesley, everybody.
okay, Wesley.
We'd
You
love
know
to have
what?
you
Who
on,
gives a
Wesley.
shit? We've never seen Wesley again. We never will see Wesley again, I predict. But they continue to really toe the company line on addiction and really get a real nuanced way of talking about how James's relationship with alcohol, in which Lisa says he should just drink less. Why
Yeah.
didn't alcoholics across the country just think of this? If they had only had this insight, alcoholism would be cured.
It's
Just drink
not
less,
just
Jeff.
it's not just that it was he needs to drink less. It was like Tom thinks it's so simple. You can just do hypnotherapy and all this stuff falls into place. He'll just drink less. So of the two options she's given two, let's explore some kind of therapy that's new to him, or just do the opposite of the thing he can't stop doing. She thinks
Yeah.
the easier option is just to do that other thing less.
Right.
And that's a great spot to live in for sure.
What are your thoughts about hypnosis? Do you believe it?
Oh, I'm hard pressed to find any kind of healing stuff that I'm going to battle against. Like, if it's good for you, if you like it. I haven't tried it. I have looked into it. Me and somebody in Atlanta were trying to do an over online thing a while ago and it just didn't pan out. I'm into it. I would love to try it. Yeah. I mean,
I've never done it, but my mother got hypnotized to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Because
I've heard that's very effective.
We were deep into a pack of Benson and Hedges a day there. She quit. I think she quit for about 6 months, I think, which, as we know, in any sort of recovery situation is a win in itself. She wound up never quitting like smoking in one way or the other. She sort of just switched to an e-cigarette later. Remember those e-cigarettes?
Yeah.
But we will count it a win. I've never been hypnotized either. And, the silly trope about it is, did he cluck like a chicken or did he whatever? And so that's kind of what the cartoons have taught us to believe about hypnotherapy. I don't believe that's all there is to it.
I really think the main thing here was, look, here's Tom and Ariana making cocktails. They're great at making cocktails. Eventually, you're going to want to see them make cocktails more, maybe in book form. So I love, you see a little snippet of business going forward. Well, both of them do the first book. They do the first book together.
Oh, that's right. I keep getting it mixed up that they did it together. I guess she finally relented and just gave into his fucking tantrum and did it and let him do it and mix them up.
We covered this. You don't need to get newly
I know.
upset
Right. I don't want to relitigate
again.
it. But then the next scene we go to is James and Mother James. Whew. This is talk about some karmic retribution. Like, I don't even know if I want to repeat what she said in this exchange. This is scorched earth shit right here. He's trying to tell her that he got fired and he's trying to mansplain a pie and every time you eat a piece of pie or you add a piece of pie, things get more and more. And Lisa just got pied out for me and I got pied from Pumpin' Sir.
Yeah.
And, now we understand now why James is this way.
Yeah.
His mother immediately says, what does his mother immediately say to him when he tells about how these people are on his jock and they're just really giving him some grief? What does she immediately say?
Seemingly from out of nowhere, she also says what he's been saying this whole time that's been upsetting me and suggests that it's jealousy, just like he has. And that's the reason. So he's telling her the story about him yelling at people and cussing at folks. And she's like, well, that's different, and it's about his drinking and all this. And her takeaway was that it was jealousy. Yeah.
Yes. They're all trying to steal your sunshine. Mm-hmm. They all just want a piece of your light. It doesn't matter what you've done. And then it's very, I don't want to say ironic because we know the Bravo wink. It's very pointed that they end this episode with him acting a straight fool at the end. But she also kind of pins it on Kristen.
He's not alone. He's not alone in that, though.
I know. Listen, and I will say, when we get there, I'll talk about it. I watched that scene many, many times.
I know. We kind of need to
textual evidence. Yeah. For textual evidence to vindicate my feelings, but I never got it.
But yeah, she has some choice words about Kristen, suggests some things that we know that turn out not to
brutal.
be true, but
Yeah.
it's
Yes, but I
rough.
mean, she had a baby like in her 40s, so I mean, like maybe this curse that this woman put on her held on because if you guys don't watch, she says that her karma is going to be that she's going to be barren and never have a baby.
Yeah,
Yikes!
that's an insult to witches that to say that Jacqueline is putting this curse on people. I think she's not. No, I'm not giving her that
But
power.
okay, all right. Jacqueline is her name.
Yeah,
Huh. I just wrote Mother James. But we do know that Raquel is a hit with Mother James and that she
she's
has
a
this
light.
light.
Yeah,
Yes, that just comes out of her. And James, this is his true love. This is the love of his life now. Okay. Like this is it for him. This doe-eyed pageant lady is it for him.
and
And
speaking of pageant ladies,
this scene, Jax and Brittany, this is where going into this scene where at Jax and Brittany's house and her mom's packing up, I was thinking, oh my gosh, like he is gonna keep his shit together. And I thought about this conversation that we've had in many, many episodes about, hey, if Jax would just not do anything, he could come out ahead.
mm-hmm.
That the circumstance was in his favor because this line of questioning that she did, what Brittany set him up to do was completely out of line. And if Jax had just been cool, he could have got out of it unscathed, but he didn't. So
No, I mean
Brittany,
they come at it pretty good. Also, it's bad all around on this one for sure.
it is, and so it does. So Brittany, her mom's real worried that Jax may or may not have participated in some homosexuality.
Yes,
Lord knows all of the other stuff that she heard, completely excusable, but it's the butt stuff she's worried about. Okay. So they go in there and Brittany arranges this situation in which her and her mom are sitting on one side of the couch and Jax is on the other. He comes in bedraggled as hell, carrying a Ralph's bag, just like, hating the world, promising to eat better. You know how people do, like, oh, I'm never drinking again. So, he's already on his heels. And Brittany,
he's a little hopeful too. He sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Like when Sherry leaves, he can be naked on the couch, eating wings and watching ESPN. And I mean,
yeah,
I get that also. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, he's just trying. That's what I say. If he had just rode the clock out, Jeff, he could have come out on
just
top.
Keep in that moment, man. Just stay right there.
And she says, hey, Mom wants to talk to you about the roast. Immediately my red alarms are going up. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna go good. This man, she's worried, right? And even before that, she's worried that Jax has cheated on Brittany.
Yeah, that's a logical worry.
Well, Brittany is sure that he's never cheated on her, but probably Sherry's more worried that he's cheated on her with a man. That's probably what her worry is, right?
I mean, she says, I get the worry about it. I think without that other stuff being said, she's still coming out of that roast worried that he's cheated on her.
With good reason. Right? Like, Brittany says this, and I am just, her willful naivete, that is a really hard word for me to say. But she says, if these things about Jax were true, they are, then my mom would have to reconsider her blessing. She should. All of the things that those people said about him were 100% true. Every single one of them were true. And Brittany just walking around like, dope. I mean, my mom, I have to reconsider if these things were true, but he ain't never cheated on me. I'm with him every step of the way. Okay, girl, keep that energy.
Well, like you said, the question comes up about, homosexual activity. It's clearly, obviously, a really sore subject for Jax. Whether it's true, it's false, it was 6 months ago, 15 years ago, whatever the case, he's obviously like very bothered. Like, wish I could take you. I'm going to work, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, sure, you got to want answers, but Brittany, I think, is like, maybe she can, like, Mom, maybe we don't talk about this. We'll talk when you get home. We'll talk about this next time. Let him be. I mean, he's been sleeping on the couch for a few nights. Like, honestly, but no, they're going to push him. He's going to blow up.
Yeah.
He's going to say some stupid shit about supporting her and her sitting around and being on the couch all the time and storm out of there and really jacks it up. Yeah.
and then stormed back in to be even
Yes.
more dickish. But didn't it seem like for a minute that he was going to be okay? Because he was like, that's just, nothing's wrong with it. I just don't go down that road. Okay, sure, I kiss him on whatever. Like, he seemed like he was going to just like be able to white knuckle through it. And Brittany is like, why you got that attitude? Don't talk to my mama like that. Why? And she's just coming so hot. And I'm thinking like, Brittany, you are poking this bear. Poking. And so then when the bear awakes, he is the absolute most misogynistic dirtbag fucking bear of the whole world. Nobody is choosing this fucking bear. Okay.
And
questions were bullshit. And then all of that shit about you've been sitting on the couch for a year while I support you. That's empirically untrue.
Yeah. I mean, let's go to the checking accounts on that one right now.
Yeah. Swipe your card right now, sir. Let's do a test.
Pretty telling though, Sherry doesn't have shit to say. Like when Jax is like, I've been working and she's been home not doing anything, Sherry's kind of like, well, that's the way it should be. I got that feeling like Sherry has no problem if that's the case, but if he kissed some guy 20 years ago, we need that truth to come out right now. But I mean, I get her wanting answers. I really do. And if she's concerned, let's even say she's concerned for safety's sake, if that's what he's doing also. And I'm really trying to throw her a bone on this one.
Yeah, you're alone on this raft.
I'm not saying this is, just let me finish here. I'm just saying he is obviously so bothered by it. They really could take a breath, a beat, and say, we'll talk about it another time. But they keep on. And he jaxes out on him in a big way. Mm-hmm. About doing what he wants to do, and she needs to realize how good she's got it. Again, Sherry has no problem with this whatsoever. Yeah. I think it's kind of her bright spot for the trip. It's like, Brittany, I would love it if he could just work and she could stay at home on the couch all the time. That would be wonderful. But she's got to go. That's why you need to go to the little church I told about. Like, that's not helping. That's
this man in church, like the steeple is going to crumble. It's going to just combust when he walks in. But what I found the most, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say unbelievable because nothing is really surprising me, but how he's trying to rope Sherry into commiserating with him about her daughter. Like, he's talking shit about her to other, and he's just, you might as well be like, am I right? Am I right? Like, bitches be tripping. Am I right? And I'm like, Jax, read the room. Like, no. And then Sherry's like, I'm very uncomfortable with this, which is about 10 minutes too late. Like, you should have said that 30 minutes ago, girl. Like, woof.
I think that what you meant to say was, my Uber's here. I have to go.
Yeah. But church will fix it, according to Sherry. And we get more on that later. But we pop over to Sir, in which
no gay person's ever been in the church at all. There aren't any gay people in any churches in Kentucky right now at all.
Nope. We go to Sir, and LVP is just harassing this poor painter who was just trying to do his job. Probably didn't even understand the damn waiver he signed to be on camera. He's like, listen, I work for Acme Painting. I just want to get in here and paint these goddamn walls. Lady, like what? So she takes the paint from him. She's painting, and I wrote, at least Peter's not doing it. I thought I'd walk in there and see Peter in his white overalls, like painting the thing, but it wasn't.
I personally would like to roll out the red carpet and welcome Victor to the Eye Roll Club with myself and Emily, because he does give LVP a look the second time. She's like, out of nowhere, like, I know what I'm doing with this. And he's like, oh, and I was like, that's commendable, buddy, that you just were like, let me take a breath and I'll just keep doing, like, I'm going to have to paint over that eventually anyway. So just let her do what she's going to do. Who cares? I'm on the clock. So let's go.
Exactly. And like a few minutes later, you see Katie take this really like limp wristed brush to the thing. Like, she's actually trying to paint. Like, y'all get out of there and let this man work. Okay. He's got mouths to feed.
You got to get those light switch covers off if you're going to get that wall. What are you going to do? Paint around those? Let's get the screwdriver out first. They didn't even
take the damn paintings off the wall, I don't think.
Right.
But Peter is kind of lurking in and he's overhearing this because Katie is talking about they're having a bridesmaids meeting right now. And of course, she cannot resist but to tattle about Sheena bitching about the money. And LVP's advice is to stay out of it. Unless you have friends like yours, then you really need to get in it.
Then I would be involved.
And I do feel for Katie in this way too, because it is a very awkward position to be in. And Sheena made it weird by telling her this, and now Katie's like, do I need to intervene? Like, I want everybody to get along, but like, I don't want to know how much these people are spending. And listen, it never ends. Later on, they're planning a bachelorette trip. Like, y'all, it is relentless the amount of fucking wedding shit that we're having to
Yeah.
deal with here.
I also go out to Katie, like, I bet it's hard for her to bring this up because, like, it's obvious to everyone else this is an issue. You know, like, oh, really? Stassi and Sheena and Kristen are planning a bunch of stuff and there's, like, a whole bunch of drama and issues with it. Like, I bet it was hard for her to even say. You know, it's like somebody talking about their abusive partner for the 19th time. You know, like, okay, this happened. Like, we don't want to hear it anymore. Like, we know what's happened. Like, you got to change the situation. You got to get involved. But so I definitely feel bad for her now.
I've given a lot of grief to Ariana about being like the guy's girl or whatever, and like being the groomsman and stuff. But like, I wouldn't want any part of this shit either. There's
No.
no way I want any of this. And like, we go over to them and to them getting his suit fixed or his suit fitted, and this is one of the only
Suit
decisions
fellas.
that he gets to make. What?
Suit fellas. I like the
Suit
name of the
fellas.
store.
There you go.
Yeah. I like the guy. I like the
Um,
salesman. I like the suit guy. I'm in on
mhm.
suit fellas big time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna lock that in case we ever need to get you a suit. But this is one of the only decisions he gets to make here. So he's really going to go lean into it. And so he's talking about his suit. It's going to be like green and blah, 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 blah. And Sandoval is dying that he's not going to be the standout in the crowd.
Yeah.
Also, shout out, what was the guy's name? JR? Jim, what was it?
Oh, the guy that was the suit fella?
Yeah.
Didn't catch it. I'm just big on him. I don't
But,
know. I referred to him
but
as suit guy.
suit guy was like, no, man, we're going to need to get you an athletic fit, sir. There's
Oh,
no
for
slim
Jax.
fit for
Yeah.
you, Mr. Taylor.
Yeah. He threw a little shade to him. Sandoval throws a little shade at Stassi and we're out. Like, that's a good scene. This is just fun wedding. This is fun wedding planning right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then, not so fun over at the bridesmaids meeting where Sheena pulls out a white envelope like
Yep.
she is paying for protection on the block and was like, here's the money I owe you. And I'm like, whatever. Oh, not before Kristen orders a Nagori, though.
Yep. I was wondering if that was something else. Yeah, Sheena did everything besides ring a dinner bell to let everyone know. Like, she came in town crier, like, hear ye, I hereby place to Kristen Doty $500 on that stupid house we got the other day for no reason. Anyway, none of y'all threw in.
And
Happy lunching, everybody.
Then it has the audacity to say, well, listen, if Kristen's going to bitch about the $500, I'm going to give it to her. And she wasn't bitching. We haven't seen her bitch one time about it. All we've seen is you bitching about it, man.
Yeah, I was not
bitching.
with. I mean, I'm with Sheena as far as I bet it's hard to deal with them, but in this instance, like, nah. And I bet you just didn't speak up enough to begin with, and now you're out $500 and you realize it, and it sucks because you're like, fuck, I guess I ought to just pay him $500.
Well, she acted like it was some big gotcha moment. Now, if she really wanted to be a bitch about it, she could have given it to her in fucking pennies. Do you know what I mean? Just brought
big
like a
on that,
painter's
though.
bucket in.
She always thinks she made some big statement, and it's like, just fizzles right out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and
so are they doing another bachelorette combo party? Okay.
I guess they finally learned not to let these men out of their sight because Vegas is out. There ain't no goddamn way.
I love that. Like, are you kidding me? Y'all are talking about Vegas? Like, no. What Vegas? There is, as far as you're concerned, there is zero Vegas to be had.
But I will have to agree with our Mrs. Schroeder here, and that in whatever the question is, the answer is going to be New Orleans. That is, like I've said this many times, it is my very favorite city. We go all the time. I've been a zillion times. I love it. I'm going again in a couple of months. It is my favorite city. But maybe I should consult Stassi because she knows everything there is to know about New Orleans.
I think it's a great idea also. I mean, it seems like a wonderful plan for it. I was like still trying to wrap my head around the whole combo again. I just didn't see that working out for anyone. But it's a great time down there. It sounds good to me. And I mean, now you just got to put this tinderbox in a plane and shoot it across the country and throw a bunch of booze on it, I'm guessing, because it's New Orleans, and why not with this crew?
And it's going to be especially messy for Ariana because she is a groomsman. And we heard Tom Schwartz say to her, no, we want you to be with us. Right.
Yeah.
So when they get there, and we see Katie and them sorting it out kind of like later or whatever in the paint and sip thing. But so Ariana is going to have this push and pull because Tom Schwartz has already said, hey, man, come hang out with us. And so she already knows that they're going to perceive this choice as some kind of slight to them or some kind of rebuff. And so Ariana, and as much as she acts like, listen, you know, I don't give a fuck about you, I think that is something she has to do because not only is she having to worry about the dynamics inside that group, she's also having to play the dynamics of the people who are at home watching. So I think it's going to be especially complicated for Ariana when they go, which we'll see.
Yeah. Which there's a conversation about.
Yeah. The Bahamas sounds fun. I've never been to the Bahamas. My passport is expired too, Brittany. I feel you.
Yeah. But I'm like, let's keep it domestic, right? I mean, we don't have to, like, I feel like that's a few,
well, you know,
I feel like that's even more expensive.
For sure. But, you know, for us people here on the West Coast, like Bahamas, Jamaica, like it's not as such a journey as it would be from California.
So we're on the East Coast.
More reasonable.
This is East. We're on the East Coast.
That's what I said. I said East Coast. I feel like I did. I don't know. Now I'm really like second guessing my old self. But Queen Stassi is back. That's all we need to know. She's the boss. She's going. She's the boss.
I love when they call her Queen Bee. You know, like a shout out to her early television career. Queen Bees.
She's been on a ton. She was also on The Amazing Race. Did you know that?
Yeah, it was before Queen Bees.
So she's a real reality TV veteran, which I don't know if you have watched the trailer for House of Stassi yet. Have you?
Yep.
Yeah. She mentions too, like she kind of grew up on reality TV and it's kind of all she knows, but it's also like very traumatizing to her. So we kind of see her going through the paces here during that. You know,
we got flower time now.
There's only a couple of points I want to make about this scene. Number one, the flower budget is $6,000 and they poo-poo that. They're like, oh, so we're having a really small wedding then.
Oh, if she says 6, it's 36 right away. I mean, that's how this wedding's been going. So I'm just going to assume that is. And I mean, for Tom to even say like, well, you don't even need them. You know, well, he said that about everything else because he doesn't want the wedding to happen.
He doesn't even need to be married.
Yeah.
That's what the subtext is there. You don't need to be married. Are we okay here? But also that it is very hard for Lisa to fathom this dynamic and us and why these two folks should be married. Like, we don't get it either, Lisa. Like, welcome in. We've been here a while. These people should not get married to each other.
Yeah. I mean, she's put up some worry lately for sure.
So then hypnotherapy. I don't have anything. Barbara with her big, useless, weather inappropriate scarf is going to hypnotize James. And because Sandoval can't stand it, he's like, well, you know, I've done it too. It's really helpful to me. Sir, just put the fries in the bag. You are not here. We're not here for you. Shut up. But I don't really think.
I think he's coaching him along. Like he's helping James. I think it's like take his defenses down. Like get into it, man. She's going to help you. I mean, I welcome Barbara here wholeheartedly to our, round table of professionals that are helping these folks. Our therapists round up with the other people. And it's hard for James. Everybody's just like, oh, he's British and he's got great hair and he does all this music, so he needs some therapy to help him tone it down a little bit. Well, it's hard for it to deal with other people.
Describes him as an underdog and a delicate guy. So you put a pin in delicate guy there. Just hold that in our hold space for that. So we can
real hopeful and helpful Sandoval right here. So I love it. Yeah. And James awakens a new James ready to get out there and show him what's up.
Relaxed and renewed.
Yeah.
Relaxed and renewed. Then we go to the absolute most autobiographical segment that we've ever had, in which Ariana shares with us that she's ridden horses since she was 6. And her and Raven grew up. Wipes tear, voices break. And she likes horses better than everybody. Y'all, you heard it here first. Well, really, you heard it in 2016, 10 years ago. Ariana is a horse girl. Case closed. That's all we need to go. She is a reformed horse girl, which makes even more sense to us. And okay, that's all. I have all the information I need to know about Ariana Madix.
Well, this is now our second big horse girl and second horse casualty, unfortunately, in our watching of the VPR
Yeah.
episodes. R.I.P. Oreo as well from season
Yeah.
12.
And
Audrey's buddy.
we had a grown up horse lady on Ladies of London too. She rode a horse, and she got too poor to take care of it, so she had to outsource its care and love to somebody who had money to do it. Margot.
Okay,
No,
we're not just telling horse
Martha.
stories at this point.
It's on Ladies of London. Y'all go back and listen to Ladies of London if you care. Jeff's just like, fuck you, Martha, Ladies of London.
Yeah, you're not even
too.
coming back for a new season.
I know. R.I.P. Hecate, because her bird did die. So anyway.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That was a for real shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a good story I like the story from Ariana. I mean, at least, I like her sharing something personal, really.
Yeah. And I do. I'm teasing about this too, but I really do find like people who ride horses and the bond between people and horses very fascinating. Nolan, for some reason, has concocted some fear in her brain. We're watching McBee Dynasty. And so in her mind, horses are scary and unwieldy. But really and truly, Ariana says it very, very poignantly that like you guys trust each other and you kind of look out for each other. And so I do find it. I'm being sort of needlessly mocking, but
it's the big eyes for people. People think they're scared. I think it's just the big eyes always.
Well, I don't know. For me, it's like, if we're riding somewhere, this horse knows better than I do. So let me just like lean into the trust. Because my first boyfriend was he did the rodeo.
My bad. We are just telling horse stories.
We are just telling horse stories. My first boyfriend, his name was Boo. Shout out Boo. He did the rodeo.
Way to go, Boo.
That's
he did the rodeo.
Well, he did Bronx. He rode Bronx. Anyway,
I need to get you to give me a picture of this confessional look for Sheena, by the way, when she's on the same episode with Sherry, because it looks like she could be Sherry's daughter almost. She had that real dark hair, dark tan with like the bright pink sweater. I was like, we got a little Sherry in the making over here.
Yeah, Sheena never misses a chance to take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, I applaud her, but sometimes it doesn't land. She is a beautiful woman, but sometimes she just really does herself a disservice, especially with that real dark lipstick from last season.
Everyone involved with the future paint class also seems like they're going to be doing themselves a disservice. I don't see how this is going to go forward. I don't even know at this point. It's like right now I'm watching like you can cancel right now. Everyone, all 5 of you, I'm putting it on you. All 5 of you could call out of this right now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's non-refundable tickets. I do want to use this opportunity, though, because Sheena calls the hypnosis magic and declare themselves, and then they start talking about the prenup. I would like to use this opportunity to do yet another rant about prenups. Okay? Like popular culture has villainized prenups as a way to like oppress women or like weaponize a husband's wealth. That is not what it has to be. We're talking about prenups on McBee as well too. If these women were really thinking, they would go in there with a little bit of future sight. Like, okay, all right, so we don't have any money right now, but this man is planning on having a lot of money. Every cent that this man makes from the time we get married and the time he dies, I get 72 cents on. And every bit of money that I have, he'll get 15 cents on. And like go in there with an empowerment to negotiate, because for some reason, well, patriarchy, but it's like we award the men the financial power, and it's not. Like prenups are meant to equalize the financial situation in a domestic partnership. And so for them to perceive that somehow they need money right now or that it's weaponizing somebody's wealth is really silly. But also too, I maintain Schwartz has secret money somewhere.
Okay. I mean, all right. Well, do you want to go to our prenup meeting?
You want to take a break first and then come back for the prenup meeting?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, we're back with the grizzled lawyer that I thought was somebody's uncle that needed a little bit of business because their taxes are due or he's behind on his gambling. And
I just figured they had like an extra camera guy since they were in the office. It was like, get Ron over there. He looks smart.
Yeah. Well, Ron was laughing at these motherfuckers. He was
Well,
like,
especially Schwartz. I mean, you're talking about who's getting weaponized. Is it a male female thing? Is it who's got the money versus
yeah,
to use it as a weapon? I mean, he laughs it up because Schwartz is the one that called this meeting, and he doesn't have as much money as she does. So
yes,
I get it.
but when
Giggle,
we're
giggle.
talking about quote as much money, we're talking about $200 in Katie's checking account and the less than $5,000 in her savings account. So it's not like we're talking about like stocks and IRAs and
Oh,
real estate.
that's what they showed us. Who
Right.
knows,
I
right?
mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this was all kind of a performance, hopefully to embarrass Schwartz, because I'm always there for it. But I did like Katie's line where she said, "My retirement plan is to die." My mother
Yeah.
used to say that all the time.
Always that's a popular one for sure. In
Yeah.
my line of work, I know.
Uh-huh.
Also, I love, as someone who famously, as you know, doesn't have kids, when
Oh,
divorce or
you haven't mentioned
marriages
it.
ending comes up, it's the one time somebody's like, oh, oh, you don't have kids. Oh, y'all should have kids. Oh, kids. I can't believe you haven't experienced, like, a future divorce comes up and it's like, well, at least you don't have kids, right? Like, people are so quick on that. Like, this guy
Mm.
is like, well, that'll be easy. Like, everyone else in the world is thinking it all the time. And they, and they just shoot it to
Well,
us. Like, well, hey, at least if something happens, you don't have kids. Like, Jesus. All right. I wasn't even thinking about it, but
well, they
thanks
have
for pointing that
Butters
out.
and Gordon too, and so they have decided that a month on and month off would be too much. So they're going to do a week on, which I just want to remind these people that if they do get divorced, that means you are going to have to see this person and interact with this person once a week for the entirety of those animals' lives. Just saying.
Okay. More fun thoughts
No,
on prenups
I'm
from Sunday.
real cheery. I'm just real cheery. So then we're back to Sir, where
Ellie's
Sheena is,
cheery. She's over here with
yeah,
Sheena, relishing in what they're going to
conspiring.
go do. Yeah.
Yeah, they're conspiring to ruin James's gig. And you know what? Fine. Okay, we'll put a pin in that. Jax and Brittany had a very fancy dinner. I don't really have much to say about this, except we were talking about spells earlier. This incantation that Church Camp made him do, they for real
Yeah.
put the spell on him. Absolutely. Jason, big and strong, whatever. They put a spell
No,
on
I think
him.
you said that. I don't think they.
What was
I
that?
think you.
What was?
I think Sunday wrote that one.
No, he did it. He said, Jason, big and something. I don't know. I wrote down the lyrics to it, but they cursed.
But once he we have their date night, and he's talking about people throwing water, but it's not water. They threw a wand of water on the kids. What are we on about here? I didn't know what he was
Oh,
talking about.
Jason, strong and able. Get your elbows off the table. That was
So
the incantation.
big and strong was technically something you added in there.
Synonyms for strong and able. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that Jax must have seen a scary movie when he was a kid,
Yeah.
or
That's what I'm.
had some experience that, because I have seen in very, very, very formal Catholic ceremonies. I'm talking about like, royal weddings and just like these really high caliber things when the popes, they swing this thing, and that's what he's talking about, the smoke and the oil. But that is
Last
not something that just
episode. Yeah.
yes, but he talks about it today too, because like something they were doing, and I don't know if he's talking about anointing your head with oil. That is absolutely something that happens in
Right.
Protestant things, but he's conflating a lot of things. His hair used to get greasy, and when he went to church camp. But I was like, oh, so you do know what church is, right? Like you have a conception of church.
I mean, he said earlier, like, I have certain feelings about organized religion, and I get that.
Sir.
I mean, this is again, I mean, she's bringing it up, I guess, because it's important to her. I don't know, but he's like, I haven't changed my mind on this. Like, this is something I said when we met. I'm saying it right now. Like, this isn't something I'm willing to look into it with you. He actually says on this date. But I just want you to know, like, I have a serious history with it. And if you're reciting something that hasn't been said to you in 25 years, there's something in there. And I kind of, I feel for him on that.
Well,
I do
it's
not.
called It's called religious trauma, and I have spent a lot of time unpacking mine and unlearning a lot of the very, very, very traumatic things that were very much indoctrinated into me. And then when he says, I mean, it's not going to be one of them churches where they try to save you. She said, Baptist church, sir. It absolutely is going to be one of those churches where they try to save you. They're going to call you down to the altar. They are going to lay hands on you. They are going to pray for you. They're going to ask you if you have accepted Jesus into your heart. That is the whole entire purpose of church in a Baptist institution. And Brittany knows this for sure. She knows it, and she's tricking him.
Yeah, she also knows he shouldn't go to this thing with James Kennedy because he's going to and does not care. And I mean, this is the second time this episode where she could have like really toned down the situation. And I mean, look, maybe Jaxxing probation. I know, which is why she should also say we should not go to this. I mean, and I know it. She's probably got an earful from a producer, and maybe Jaxxing's go on his own, but I would have really loved to have seen her say, maybe not, honey. Maybe we don't go to that James Kennedy DJ set tonight with all of her exes, all of his exes.
Don't you remember that he just wants to do what he wants to do? He just wants to be able to do what he wants to do. And Brittany is the major impediment in this man's life of doing what he wants to do, as evidenced by the rest of this fucking show. Like, she's the problem, right? Paint and sip. And I do love the invocation of Bob Ross. Both of my children went through a Bob Ross phase. I don't know why. I don't know. Ethan came upon it on YouTube. Nolan is old enough for us to have had PBS on the actual television set with the remote, but it just was a little nostalgic for me. It was sweet. No mistakes, only happy accidents, that's
exactly the name right
of my autobiography
and his documentary. So people may call you out on that.
But yeah, he got there first.
Believe it or not, somebody used his lifelong slogan already previously.
How dare you, sir? But Schwartz starts shit here. This is Schwartz starting shit.
Yeah. Well, he just brings this thing up so awkwardly. Like, they're talking about New Orleans. And as you and I were saying, New Orleans is fucking awesome. It's party town. It has everything. You want to get into something and you can't find it in New Orleans, I don't know if it's a thing. Like, it's there. You're not looking hard enough. And so he's like, well, I just want you two to be wasn't there an incident with you two? Yeah. Everyone knows there's an incident. Why are you bringing it up then? What's the point of this? And when have you ever brought something up in this way and it went well? Every time he brings something up in this way, it goes shitty for everyone involved, and he does it again.
And Stassi gets so, I don't know, dysregulated because...
Yes, dysregulated is great. Yeah, she's shaky.
Her usual tricks don't work on Ariana. Saying that, oh, you were so disrespectful to me, and oh, you just made me really sad. And Ariana's like, we're not friends. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever trip you're trying to take with me, like, I reject it. Boarding pass rejected. I don't want it. And so Stassi could not get past that barrier that she usually does to get her way. And so now she's like, she doesn't know how to interact with Ariana because Ariana is not falling for her wiles.
And the way she talks about it, like, sure, I've only seen what they have shown us. Like, was Stassi nice to Ariana at some point that we just completely fucking missed? I don't give a fuck about you, and I'm going to walk off. Like, we don't need to go to Paint and Sip next week. Like, that's probably not going to be something we do. I don't care if Katie wants us to do it. Like, we're just not going to.
Sort of interject with a practical matter here. So if these people stopped going to events where there were people that they beef with, we wouldn't have the show. So
they could be nicer to each other. They could treat each other.
Then the show wouldn't be the show that it is, sir. And I hate to sort of like inject the television.
No, I get that. And I do need to be reminded of that sometimes. But
yes, but they do mention that Stassi is the fifth wheel, and that seems to me to be the irritant there. Because if Stassi was not there, then none of this would have happened. Because Katie even kind of turns on Ariana in defense of Stassi, or
yes, she does.
Sort of like
no,
take
it's
her
true.
side,
It's definitely in defense of Stassi. And I mean, I do not I don't want this to continue. Oh, well, all right. I guess then all feelings stopped. We're not going to have those anymore.
Yeah.
The bride wants it to stop and we shall stop. Yeah. And now Katie's upset. Stassi's upset. They're upset. Ariana's going to be with the guys. I mean, it's a
But
whole.
see, this is another way that Tom Schwartz completely undermines Katie, because Katie whips herself up into this thing about, oh yeah, all right, Ariana, go be one of the guys. Your husband, who is sitting right next to you, asked this woman to participate in his groomsmen activities, and he didn't say a peep. And now he's like saying, oh, this is not productive. Katie, oh, don't do that. Be cool.
No, it was a bad idea from jump.
And yes, but like, say, Katie, I invited Ariana with us. She's not choosing to not be with y'all. Like, that's what really gets me in the way that Schwartz is just always going to take the contrary side to Katie. Always. It doesn't matter.
And I mean, if Stassi doesn't care for Ariana in this much, and they're not going to, then really what is the problem? They're going to get to New Orleans and split up. Problem solved. You're not going to be with them. And I really would love to know, you think if you asked Stassi, back then, at this moment, do you want to actually get along with Ariana, or are you just trying to be everybody should get along with me? Does she have an actual want, do you think, to get along with her? Because it doesn't seem to be. She just wants Ariana to like her, which is a very odd way to have both of those things. And it's very I don't know, elementary schoolish.
Also, and this particular phrase didn't exist in 2016, but it also, she needs Ariana's clout, because season 5 Ariana is absolute peak popularity for her. And as Stassi is seeing how she's being received by the public, by social media, that to be at odds with Ariana can go either way for her. And so Stassi's trying to hedge her bets. Okay, if I'm beefing with her, I get as much screen time as she does, but then I get smoke from social media. But if I'm with her, then I can ride her coattails in that way, but then I'm beefing with other people. And so I think you can see Stassi calculating the risk reward of it all. And I think this paint and sip shows it pretty too, because you see Stassi trying to be nice, quote, where she's not threatened to flay her alive and hold her head under the water and, burn her at the stake or whatever, she does. And when that doesn't work, you can see that she's okay, well, how do I go forward with this? Because Ariana is this kind of anomaly that she hasn't been able to kind of put it in her pocket.
I know. I really just wish one of them would say why don't we go get a beer? Why don't we figure out how for the next 2 months we can fucking just not interact as much, and it's fine. I've been there. I have no idea how many weddings I was in, before I got married. I was in a bunch, and you think all the dudes I was in with got along all the time? Plus you throw a bunch of booze and heat into it, which is usually what's happening when you get married in the South in the summertime. There are so many conversations I've seen where it's hey, we don't have to, that's fine. We don't get along. Let's just do this for the next 6 weeks. We'll see each other X amount of times. We'll be done with it. See you later. I don't know why they can't both do something different.
I wouldn't watch that show. I'm sorry.
Well, that's on the side. You don't see that conversation. Yes, you would. I bet.
I'm sorry.
You said that. You said that and said that. Then you watched a reality TV show with me for weeks and weeks and weeks where they got along and they worked together and you enjoyed it.
But there were still some beefs. They threw me a bone here and there. Okay.
Well, there's gonna be some beef. I'm not saying you just skip around and hold hands, but I just mean for the bigger picture, it's their wedding. Why don't we? I mean, how often are they going to have to see each other?
Every day they shoot. But speaking of the major beef, let's get into this scene at the end at the study, right? That's what it's called, the library, the study, the book house.
I thought major beef was some of your fan fiction about Jax going into the army that you were writing. Okay, we're at the study.
That joke is very multi-layered, and I really want to high five for you.
James is ready. Jacqueline is ready to dance with young dudes all
I
over the
didn't see
place,
Jacqueline at
right?
the study. Did you see her? I was looking for her.
Oh yeah, she was in the.
Uh,
There was a Jacqueline sandwich going on
Jeff
right in front
Brantley.
of the old DJ booth.
Imagine acting that way in front of your mother. Patricia would never. She would
Imagine
never.
your mother acting that way in front of you.
Well, she was just dancing, right? She didn't like cause a scene, did she? I watched this.
I
I
mean,
promise I
she was
watched this
dancing
episode twice.
with some young dudes. Is all I'm saying. I
Okay,
mean,
well,
no one wants to see that, really.
no
Anyway,
comment.
there's
As
probably
Noel
a.
and I went to Tootsie's
I mean,
4 spring breaks ago, so no comment.
everything here is a recipe for nothing but a shit
Oh God!
sandwich. I
And
mean, it's
this
so
is
bad.
what. I sort of was giving you some heat just now about how like, oh, it's a reality show. We have to kind of like cop that it's going to be this drama, but the orchestration of of Sheena and Kristen, and how Kristen saying things like, yeah, I just want to watch this motherfucker burn, and let me get my popcorn, and Sheena's like, yeah, I want him to give a taste of his own medicine. That doesn't feel as fun to me as an organic situation, an
Yeah.
organic confrontation between Gigi and Ellie and James. Now, when one of these side pieces pulled out the clothes that she wore home, that is peak. I was like, girl, I see you. Smart thinking. But
No,
the
that's
way,
goofy. That's goofy.
I think no, it was proven because like he's been
We'll get to
denying it.
people's interior motives in a little bit.
Okay. Because yes, well, he has it there. Already has some interior motives, Jax especially. And listen, though, can you just imagine Brittany like on the drive there, like, hey, Jax, man, like, be cool. Because you just had like 2 drinks. If you could just please don't get in a fight. Like, I do not want to spend my entire savings on more bail. Like, be cool. Please don't act a fool. And he's like, yeah, man. Yeah, cool. And then they get there and whatever.
I can't imagine more of a waste of words if she. I mean,
yes,
no,
that's
no
exactly
way.
what I'm saying.
He did say also after he said interior motives, he's like, best thing Lala could have done was best call she did was her moving away. Moved away. Like,
huh?
What? That's what he said. Yeah. I'm interested to see.
Producer was like, Jax, shut your mouth. You are revealing, you're violating your Jax, shut it down. But how did you feel when he started rapping?
Well, I kind of was concerned for him at first because I thought I'm getting some substance vibes. Like, I didn't know if he was cokey, if he was drinky and cokey. There was some other stuff going on, it seemed like to me.
The production did not show us any drinky.
No, this is me just me wondering.
No, but I'm saying though, because typically they do. Remember that they always include some conversation that he has with somebody about how many drinks he's had, or the camera will zoom in on a drink, and they did not do that. So I don't know if they're trying to protect him or if they're trying to like keep their liability insurance intact, whatever. But
I mean, if you get to be good at sneaking stuff, you can be really good.
Yeah,
if
for sure.
that's all you work on.
So that's kind of what I'm saying is that like the production was not making a thing of it. But when he started rapping, I just wrote dead and then sketched a skull and crossbones the whole time he was doing it because I was so embarrassed.
I just hate the people. I hate this whole thing. Then as soon as he starts rapping, like everyone's talking about how shitty it is. Like, you went there because you thought it was going to be shitty. Like, don't go to the show and that you think is going to be shitty and then complain about it being shitty. And then you start attacking the person themselves. Like, you chose to come here. You're spending your free time here.
Yeah.
Doing this. You can go people in LA know who you are. You got money coming in. You like to go out. People like to be seen with you. You can go do anything you want. You chose to come here and mock somebody. You're
discounting that is like the cruelty was the point. The mocking was the point.
No, I'm not.
That was their fun.
I mean, I know that's sad to me though. That is their fun. That's what I'm saying.
That's not fun to me either.
If you're choosing this to be fun, you're not a good person. That's not being a good person at all.
Yeah.
Like, that is rough.
Do you remember back, was it season 1 or season 2 when Sheena did her thing and Stassi did this exact thing?
I have this for mine.
Yeah.
maybe in our
And
awards, it comes up, like, yeah,
yeah. And Stassi was like, you know what? I came here to be a bitch about it, but like it was cool. And remember how our heart just grew 4 sizes for her because
absolutely.
like,
We
oh
loved
my
it.
goodness, we love it.
Loved
And
it.
this Yes, and this is just cruelty for no reason. And Sandoval, which I don't know how much I feel about him, like really, really getting James's back, but he makes a really good point. Is like these folks, not only is James fired from every place that they hang out, but now they have to go out of their way to get him fired from a place that they don't have anything to do with. That
Yeah,
just that's too far. It's too far. It's beyond the pale. And I'm all for a little bit of backstabbiness to entertain me, but
sure. Yeah,
you think that this is going to help put James on the straight and narrow? Y'all all forming a crew against him, a cabal that is actively conspiring to ruin his life? No, it doesn't. And I believe this may have contributed to James being popular among the viewers around this time.
well, like all the girls start coming up to him. Ellie comes up to him, and Gigi comes up to him, and she has a really intelligent talk with Raquel that just
About
all the
feminism.
brains oozed out of the right side of my ear, just like completely. But like, aren't you to be like feminism? Yep,
Feminism
I am
lost the day.
feminism, as a matter of fact. Yeah,
Feminism lost the day on this day. But I think Raquel tried to handle it. There's much talk about her being like dumb and young and dumb, but she said something about, oh, hi, I know you. Aren't you obsessed with my boyfriend? What shouldn't you be? Isn't that so? Like I would be too.
yeah.
That's a fun way to diffuse it. But because they're having to shout at each other over Lala feeling me like I'm feeling you in the background, and the cocaine and the drinks they've been consuming, like it doesn't diffuse it like it ought to, because those girls came in with their dukes up, and they came in with their dukes up because she fucking whipped them up to do so.
And also, it does get brought up like, y'all knew he was dating somebody when y'all were sleeping with him. And now y'all are
Well,
coming and attacking him in front of everybody because he cheated on his girlfriend. But y'all were aware that was happening. He didn't like pull the wool over everyone's eyes
I
in
feel like he
this.
may have. I feel like he may have. I feel like he probably. I
I'm
feel like,
wondering about that. I didn't know.
yeah,
I mean,
I feel like he did a Jax Taylor in which he was like, listen, man, yeah, like I'm seeing somebody, but she's gone. And when she's gone, we have this thing. And I just want to leave feminism out of this. Feminism doesn't have anything to do with this right here. Okay.
well,
This
Gigi
could
says it
be,
does, and she got props, which is, in my opinion, dumb. Because you already did this. Like I said, you're choosing to come here. You're
yeah.
choosing to expose them. And I'll
To
carry a
what end?
bag of clothes with me around them. Like, oh, well, that's cool. Like, also, what did you do after this? Like, did a bunch of guys come up and hit on you? I fucking doubt it.
Yeah.
Seriously, do.
I mean, and my thing is, to what end? What story does this advance? What narrative arc are you adding to? What rising action is like? It's not, because this man is denying it. You wind up looking fairly unhinged, and Raquel remains nonplussed. So, to what end did you do this? But I don't want to act like I'm not giving James the real business hand here, because he calls her a psycho and dumpy and disgusting
Yes.
and a slut. So I'm not going to let him off the hook there.
I'm not here to, I am not here to let James off the hook. I'm just saying the way they chose to do this is poor form in my mind as well. In no way does that mean James is super cool. I am not,
Oh
I
yeah.
am definitely not saying that, but he's
So
on his way out.
she slap him, or does she throw a
She,
drink at him?
no. She gave him kind of a soft little slap on the side of the head. Yeah.
Amateur.
Yeah. She brought
That's her.
clothes and softly
Yeah.
hit him in the head. And then
And
he's heading out.
so James comes over to the observation gallery here, the little, box that everybody's watching,
Yeah.
which has got Kristen and Carter and Jane and
Statler and
Jackson.
Waldorf and yeah.
Yeah, they're standing up watching this unfold,
Yes.
and James
Let's
obviously
keep that. Let's put a pin in that one. Physical reminder.
right.
Jax's shins are about at James's chest, let's say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Thanks you for coming." And I don't know what the catalyst the comment that James made, but you can see Jax, and I rewound it a couple of times to make sure, so I did not get in the ditch defending him. He did. You can see him throw his drink, and then James throws his glass.
Yeah.
And that's when Jax launches off the banquette there, and security is on it faster than you can, say noodle. And they usher James out. At one point, you can see Jax being like held down by this bouncer, and Kristen's like, "Stop, Jax!" Where the fuck Brittany is, I don't know, but hopefully she took an Uber home. And it's just bedlam.
She's
Right?
hanging out with the producer who was like, why don't you take Jax to that other place, get him busted. You and I can hook up on the side. That's what
Brittany's
we don't know is Brittany's being manipulated by a real dirtbag producer that's even worse than Jax.
Would feel like that would be her MO. But
so then Sandoval gets out there, like you said, kind of getting his back and really just not understanding why, because James is a fucking, in very many ways, just a punching bag and everyone's taking their licks,
Yeah.
And he's like, says something to Jax, and he's because anytime old cracks is together, it's a good idea. Says something to Jax. He's like, he was kicking me in the shin. He was kicking you in the shin up here. And okay, we're going to discount that immediately, sir. That's a big fat lie, as always. And then Kristen's response is, what are you, his BFF? Why don't you go with your girls and play MASH in the corner with the other 11-year-olds that use the phrase BFF as much as you do? And what about maybe this guy is just speaking up for somebody? Like, what are you, his BF? Like, no one else uses best friends as much as a grown person as this group of girls does.
Yeah, for sure.
And
even as a grown woman in the big year of 2026, I feel self-conscious about saying my best friend. If I introduce Brooke or I introduce Emily, I'm like, oh, this is my really good friend, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying, this is my BFF. That's my BFF, y'all. But I'm much older than these folks are there. But
But you've been that age, and you didn't do that then either. So,
but my thing is, all of this, what they're doing is creating a scenario in which I have to sympathize with James. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
His Gucci jacket is missing, and he's got to get out of here.
Gucci
with his mom, and his mom has got to be the most pissed, probably.
Did you see her? I was looking for her, but you know how we're looking and we're taking notes. I didn't see her at all throughout the night, but you had a
she was with them taking notes.
Mama James.
Yeah.
Okay. But James, put a pin in this too for next episode or coming up, that James blames Sandoval for inviting these folks. I predict that's going to be the burr in the saddle here, like speaking of horse girls. But
I just saw him like pointing out to him, like, hey, your friends are a bunch of fucking shitheads.
Yeah, and he was like, well, you brought him here. Like, why would you do that? And once James kind of gets out of the melee of it all, we, as like through the lens of the camera, is seeing Sandoval saying, hey, man, I can't back you on that. Like, that's bullshit. All of that, which James didn't see. So this may be a situation in which James, and I don't know this to be true, I'm just predicting, but James gets in his feelings about something particularly, and then we don't resolve it until the fucking reunion when we get to see the clips of it all, or we get to like address it at all. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not crying tears over Sandoval James breakup, but I think that James is going to have some beef. And Lala who?
Yeah.
Who's Lala? Like, I don't even...
You don't know how far you have moved away already. Yeah. Well, all right. So,
coming up next time,
we get to watch Jax goof around.
Mm-hmm. Raquel questions James' loyalty. I can't imagine why. I cannot imagine why all of a sudden this woman might be questioning his fidelity. Ariana continues to hate Stassi. Katie says to Sheena, you fake. And Sheena doesn't take kindly to that. And I think Katie is campaigning to get Ariana out of the wedding. So
probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yike. I know, which is too late now. She done got her damn suit. Shut up.
Other than our awesome Bob Ross reference, which was one of my only really of the past. Did you?
I've got a couple. I got a couple. The word art in Jax and Brittany's house, there was a peak moment in which all of us, I say all of us, but like there was a lot of word art happening. And the two that I clocked that I could only get was, welcome to reality. Please visit again. was one. And another is all you need is love, ... and a dog.
Oh,
Yike.
well.
And then when one Miss Lisa Vanderpump said, me likey, I think we have Adam Sandler to thank for this, or maybe like Family Guy, or
I thought that was
I
like
don't know.
or an Austin Powers, maybe.
Maybe, but it is sort of a way to mock people whose English is not their first language, like a non-native speaker. And it just is like, it just feels a little out of tone with where we're at in 26. If she wanted to modernize it, she could be like, Mama like. She could modernize it that way.
I don't take it as that, but all right.
Well, I looked it up because I couldn't understand why it was hitting my ear so weird. And so, yeah, it's like, whatever. So then attitudes about prenups. Maybe that's just my personal situation. And then the sip and paint, which not the sip and paints are not around now. But remember when they first became a thing and like every mom in her book club group were going to sip and paints? Yeah.
There were a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that.
I think COVID filtered a bunch out. I think a lot maybe did.
I've done a couple and, not great.
Brag.
Not great. I mean, you should before you say brag, you should see what I did. Okay, let's talk about LVP. I had a hard one with this one. I had a hard one.
This was very tough. In fact, I just went ahead and threw it to the very wonderful, backup crew. There was we had the suit guy. I love the flower guy from Empty Vase Flowers. Shout out. Hope you're doing all right. I love the very dismissive, that's a small wedding. He just seemed pretty funny to me. Also, all the wait staff at all these places where they are throwing stuff and hollering at each other and storming out and wanting to split who knows how many ways, especially back then. And the patience the wait staff must have when they see the Vanderpump cameras coming.
Ever they were like, y'all be out, like Vanderpump Rules is coming. They're like, I request off. I do not want no part of that shit.
We got a horse trainer involved in this one. We got a club staff and bouncers that got involved in some action in this one. So all the support staff, not to mention our new hypnotherapist, who welcome to our group of VPR
You're
therapists.
Right. You know what? Thank you for giving voice to the silent faces. Like we did. We had a lot of support staff, and I think that is very well deserved. I appreciate all of the support staff from this episode.
Victor, I mean, it doesn't stop. It was just a whole show of it.
Well, my LVP was sort of in that way. Raven, posthumously, Raven, RIP.
That's an obvious, yeah. I like that pick. We didn't even meet who this horse is, right? Like she never spoke.
I bet that wound up on the cutting room floor. I bet that got cut. That's we didn't have room for. We had to make room for James rapping and Kristen standing on a banquette in her camouflage jacket. Like, come on.
Yeah.
All right.
I love when she's explaining to Carter, like, those two girls also slept with James. He's like, yeah, that's all you've been talking about for the last 8 months. Do you not think I know who that is over there?
Jeff, you're missing a key piece of contextual dialogue here when she says, yeah, we're trying to make an igloo, because she was talking about her Eskimo sisters.
Yes. Yeah, I heard.
Okay, you just omitted it on purpose. Okay, got it.
Well, Kristen didn't say it.
She didn't? Who said it?
No, that's what Gigi and Ellie were saying.
I thought Kristen was saying it to them.
Maybe I don't know.
In that club. Also, I did not have my subtitles on this time, so I maybe missed it.
Yeah, there seems to be a couple. Maybe that is.
Yeah.
You want to go with Chump in our Oops All Chumps almost episode?
So I have a gold medal chump, a silver medal chump, and a bronze medal chump.
I love this. Yes.
Gold medal.
I'm going to go with you on this. Yeah.
Mama James.
Mm-hmm.
Saying someone's karma should be that they should be barren and never have children is so far to go. Like that is oof. Yike.
Silver?
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were back and forth. Okay.
Oh, Silver, I'm going to go.
Okay.
I'll team up the Kristen and Sheena teaming up to get everyone whipped up and go over there and go to see him fail because they both have side endeavors that people have supported. And I'm not saying they have to give that support to James, but not going to not watch him to hope someone falls on their face and start shit. Gold medal for you.
Okay. My bronze goes to Sheena.
What about your silver?
That's what I meant. Silver
Okay.
goes to Sheena. I keep forgetting what order they're in. But my silver goes to Sheena because do you remember how we dog cussed Kristen for bringing Miami Girl in only to cause conflict between Sandoval and Ariana? What is the
especially
difference what is the difference in what Sheena just did? She corralled Gigi and Ellie through the guise of, this is my best friend. Also, to shout out to Stassi for saying, the next time we go on vacation in Azusa, I will I'll ask you.
Another Azusa shout out. 2 weeks in a row, I think.
Yeah. And so Sheena's just, this isn't it. Like, this isn't the way in, Sheena. And I don't like it. And yeah, yuck.
Wasn't it all?
Silver?
I'm going to give mine to Gigi for continuing to bring this stuff up. And if it bothers you so much, stop breathing life into it. Get something else to do. Don't bring your props. That's a goofy thing to do for a grown lady at a bar. That's goofy as shit. Obviously, because you're not proving anything. Like, everybody pretty much assumes you're telling the truth when you're like, yeah, James actually, fucked me when he was actually dating this girl. No one went, I don't believe you. Everyone just assumed that she was right.
I think that's
Raquel's not in the crew. Well, that's the thing. If she doesn't work with James anymore, so she doesn't have to see James, which means she doesn't have to see Raquel, which means she doesn't have to have this girl not believe.
But I think that's the point. That's like the double cherry on top of the gig ruining and the life ruining thing is that, okay, I need your girlfriend to know that we slept together. I need your girlfriend to know what a cheater you are. I think that was kind of like the more insidious of it thing. And that's why the props kind of really like landed it.
I mean, if she thinks people are using Photoshop or whatever to make those selfies happen, then she's going to believe this all of a sudden.
Yeah, she's not a smart girl. She's not a smart girl. Bronze.
You have a bird at your house? Is Hecate at your
Ethan
house?
Ethan on the kettle when all he has to do is take it off the eye.
Hey, Ethan.
Mama Sherry is my bronze. Okay. This is homophobia, and Brittany obviously is also really preoccupied with the truth of these rumors, and so she used her mother to like get to the bottom of it. And then when Jax reacted negatively, she got onto him like, and I mean, as a person, we know Jax for 5 seasons now, being accused of homosexuality, I think she understood what that was going to do for him, right? Which, women get accused of sleeping with too many men and men get accused of sleeping with men. Like, seems like the problem is sleeping with men here, society. So, like, I mean, y'all examine it. But the idea that Brittany set her partner up and then Mama Sherry like did the dirty work of it is just disgusting. It's disgusting. And acting like you and Jax aren't talking about this shit when the cameras are off and waiting until the cameras are there to have him to like have your mother do something and he's going to react crazy. Like, it's just, it's foul. I call foul.
And that is why, for all those reasons and more, it's why Brittany is my bronze medal winner for Chump this week.
That is solid. That's solid.
And I mean, just multiple times to, make a situation better and easier, both involving Jax, who she just loves undeniably, apparently, but she doesn't mind. Why don't we take them to your, for some reason, bitter rival's performance and put a bunch of booze on it while you're on probation? Like, that's just playing with fire and silly.
Yeah, I got my eye on Brittany. My eye on Brittany. Okay, so by the time you guys are hearing this, you can go back and listen to our mega mini crossover episode in which Jeff and I discuss some of the things that have been going on this week. Next week, obviously, is going to be House of Stassi, which I already mentioned it. But as always, keep listening, rate and review us. I should say this at the top of the thing, so because people check out lots of times. But at Take a Pino Pod on all of our socials.
Everyone
Well,
listens to the whole podcast every time they listen,
sure,
everybody.
absolutely. They absolutely do. And so y'all find us and comment. Y'all have been very fun. And look for my my what zodiac sign or what cast member are you based on your zodiac sign? Because I work so hard and it's janky, but it is what it is.
My Peter to your Ariana. I love it.
That's right. See, that also sounds dirty.
Nobody says Peter.